Hello, hello, hello. I'm the Painter Dog and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. And if you take a good look at what we did last episode, we extended this road and we started a new industrial area with a bit of zoning over here, as you can see there, and we connected that. But now I want to create a small barrier in between with commercial, so I don't want any commercial around these edges, and then more residential. As you can see, our residential demand is quite high. But I also had the idea of connecting these two areas or neighborhoods with tram, but that can also cause a couple of problems, because if a tram is going in the center of the road, that's all fine and dandy, but as soon as it has to turn, it also needs to work according to the road rules. So it has to wait for traffic lights and all that. So it's the same with buses, but we wanted to use a tram here, so we might have to work around that. As you can see, I placed in a couple of parking lots, custom-made parking lots, just to create some entertainment around it. Just entertainment of 50, I believe. Just because, let's face it, a park like this would be nice in an industrial area, but the trees might die and all that. It would look a bit weird. So that's why I did that. So if you want to connect this with tram, I want as few intersections as possible where I have to cut across intersections like that. So I have to might have to rework it, but I thought about doing like a tram around there on the outside, and then I'm gonna place in another road there to connect with that. So let's get started with that. So I'm gonna go out in line with that, and then yeah, let's use that road up until that point. Now I'm going to extend this road out a bit, quite a bit. Now let's take that out, because I don't want people using this road to get to that side. So if we extend this straight up, let's put that on, because I want to stay away from grids as far as possible, but grids look nice, that's the thing. But I also want to incorporate it into the terrain. As you can see, it's quite flat, not the flattest bit, but it's quite flat, so we can go sort of a grid. But the areas like this, where there's going to be an intersection, because I don't want the tram to connect through there and then through there. So I might have to rework this a bit. And the same over here and over here. So let's start with this bit. I like that this is lined up perfectly. So let's get a tram road and connect it like that for now. Let's trim that back a bit. Let's extend this just a little bit. Now to round this off, what might work is if we do sort of a roundabout. Not sort of a roundabout. There's two lanes, so that will work kind of nicely. So let's go out by 10. Now let's take the road guidelines off. That can become a bit annoying. 10. Okay, now if we upgrade this road with tram, let's get that up and running. So long. This might be a longer episode because I want to get this looking kind of nicely before we end this. So it will probably be a longer episode, but we'll see. Let me just round this off a bit, because I really do not like it if it's like that. There you go. Aye, come on. Keep on pressing the wrong keys here. Now over here that's a bit inevitable, because I don't want to really go around changing too much. Because I'm going to do some things that might not always be feasible in real life, but it will work for us. So why not? Take that out. Something like that. Now here is going to be another problem, but we'll sort that out now. Let's quickly do this. Now, what's nice about this is, you take that out. Now, if we were to use traffic manager and basically tell them that you can only turn now the traffic won't go around the tram have right of way because there won't be any traffic going through here. Now on this bit, this is where it's gonna get a bit tricky. I'm gonna have to move this road or switch that out. So in the meantime, you know what, let's first work this area. To get around this thing about would have liked a one-way road with bicycle lanes. But to get around, like we're gonna do over here, and maybe around here, is to split the traffic. So let's use a roundabout. But I think this is a clean. Yeah, so we have to move that. Let's pop that down there. Gonna make it a bit more tricky since we aren't allowed to demolish or pause anything. So yeah, let's take the road guidelines off. I'm gonna deviate. You see that bark. Let's pop the barks over here for now. Since you aren't allowed to pause, this is gonna get real tricky. School. Can we just pop you there for now? This looks a bit wonky, but that's why I love this tool. We can round this off a bit. Now we can take these, demolish these roads. Roundabout now, let's just take that zoning off, otherwise it will get really wonky. Something like that. We can always rework that. This bit definitely. That's giving me a headache just looking at it. Might have to do it in bits. Nope. Bend that in. That's a nice thing about using this mod. But that'll. No, I didn't want that. But you know what I mean. I'll sort that out off screen. For now, that'll do. It's ugly, but that'll do for now. I'll sort that out off screen. Because you don't want to sit here for 30 minutes watching me do that, hey? So we're going to do the same sort of trick around here. With the trams doing a loop. Like that. But now, this is the thing. Since this is a genuine roundabout, it will still cause some trouble. Let me just get this sorted out quickly. So we might have to do something about this. But that's where this bit comes in. Take this road. And do something like this. That that side's not too bad. Ah. But you get the gist. So if we do something like that... underground a bit. Now we can connect this up again. Okay, now that they will have right of way again, we can play around with traffic manager again to stop them from turning like that. But they probably won't. But this will help to get traffic flowing. We can do the same on this side. So that sorts out that issue. So I'm going to sort that out off screen. You don't have to see that bit. Now on this side, since we're going to have to move that road, let's do that quickly. So from here, traffic can only get to this neighborhood if it takes that turn over there, or all the way around here. So to get to that side. So we might want to add in a road through here. So let's do that. That's sufficient space, I would say. So now we can get rid of that road. Now we can extend this. Now here you will see there will be a bit where traffic gets a bit wonky, but hopefully that won't be too bad, because I don't really want to go all out with this idea. But hopefully traffic won't be too bad, because traffic's just going like that. Yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. Now I can sort that out later. So let's quickly do this bit. Now I want to make a corridor for commercial. I think that'll look kind of nice. And I can always leave in the... oh no, that's too small. I want to leave a gap for pathways. Yeah, one will be sufficient. Okay. Maybe a gap of... yeah, 2 will be fine for commercial, I think. I would say, hey. And then we can do this like this. And we can always find a way to connect it, because I want to make my transport hub around here. This will be one huge nature reserve. For now, that'll do. Now over here, this is going to be a really busy intersection, so I don't want traffic to be blocked up here because of trams. So let's take a quick peek around here. Let's delete that one. Okay. Let's go out. There's 20 now. Okay, so that will be the Tram Road. So if you get to the middle of this, there you go. Let's go out 5 until you can see that. Now let's do something a bit cheaty. Now that looks a bit wonky, but we'll round that out. Okay, Tram Road. Might as well go down. Then I don't need this to be a tram only or Tram Road, so I can upgrade that to be a normal... let's make this a bicycle lane. You can always rework that. Bicycle road around there. Yeah, that'll do. So I want this to connect to this road. So this is also going to be a tram road. So let's upgrade that. And from here I want it to connect to there. Let's go down. Let's extend that. Although this will be underground, I won't be able to see it, I still want it to be semi-straight forward. That'll do, that'll do. So we still have this junction over here, but that will be okay. I'm not going to connect this up, so I'm going to make a small intersection like that. There will be pedestrian roads there, and lots of local bus traffic. So let's connect up these roads. I'm going to move this one up, just so that it's... I know the sound, sorry for that, if it's a bit too loud. Let's just get that out. That's sort of a huge gap, but I can live with that. Don't know about you, but I can live with that. Okay, from here on out, let's leave space for fire and all that. I should actually just install a mod so that we can get service vehicles to use certain roads. Because if you can get one of those roads in here, that means that the ambulance and police can just go through here. That might be something to think about. Because I'm not going to connect this straight up with a normal road. Because then people will be able to transfer through here, and I want people to be using the trams. Only genuine road access will be from this side, but then again it might be traffic, but then we can rework this intersection. But now you get the gist of what I want to do with this area. With the same general idea with this being a artery or a vein, supplying the arteries of traffic. So I don't want to zone off of these roads. So these intersections will be spread out a bit, and the same with over here. This one I want to connect up that side or this side. Might as well do this side. A small area, maybe through here or through there, to our our transport hub with tram only access to, let's say, that area, or I might just go from here straight up, and then there's no traffic issues whatsoever. Because I only need to go from there once from a depot. So that would be the idea for this. I think it might be able to work quite nicely. So I'm just going to pause the recording, and then I'll bring you back as soon as this is done. And I did a bit of work. I'll quickly show you. I fixed this roundabout, and I placed in a couple of trees. Did all that, and then I laid out this area. These are pedestrian and cycle roads connecting these two areas, and if you take a closer look, you won't see any road connections between I almost lied. I need to take this one out, because I don't want any road connections between these two. Because I'm just going to take that one out. Now, before I forget, let's do that. Okay, there's no need for this. But it still looks nice. But yeah. I'll add a road in. No, not. Maybe pedestrian road would be fine now. Just adding a couple of pedestrian roads here as well. But I try to stay away from four-way intersections, except for this one over here. All these are pedestrian roads and cycle roads. I need to rework that again. But I also placed in this. I need to extend all these water pipes and all that. Electricity. And I made the only entrance for road vehicles in this roundabout, so I can go in there and go there. And I changed in with traffic manager the direction of these ones, and the same on this end. As you can see, I just need to rework that one again because I changed this bit, so I need to change that again. But yeah, this is the layout so far. Now that we have our trams depot and all that in, we can place the stops. Let's take a look at the circular road. I'm going to go around and close to some of these, like for instance here. Let's take one there. Close to pedestrian stops, because I'm gonna have road or buses on this side. So we might as well do something a bit sensible. Almost blanked on the word there. We need a couple of pedestrian roads over here as well, but we'll place that in as the need arises. There. What? Let's center this one a bit more. And obviously one there. Close to that. That's going to be another pedestrian. And this one there. Since the only time there will be trams coming from this side is when they are spawning, that will be okay to do that. Another one there. And now I can't even pause for us to see, but we'll see the trams as they go along throughout the city while it's operating. Now I'm not going to place one there because it might cause some problems. I'm going to place that in front of it. Same here, just switch it up a bit. This one I need to probably move to this side. That one will be a-okay. Top of there and top of there. Where's the one that I said? This one. Let's pop it on this side. And there's our tram network. Now I just need to add in buses, but I'll add buses as the need arises. From this side people have road access to this area, so that won't be too bad. And I really want to look for a road. If I can get service roads for service vehicles, a road in there, that would be awesome. Or there doesn't matter, because now at this stage there's nothing on this side, and I have a huge one over there. But I want to extend this later on, so that will be fine. But if I extend this, I'm going to have traffic issues and with trams, but I'll work around that. For now, that will be fine. I can always extend this road out, make like a diamond interchange or diamond roundabout or something like that. But I think this will be kind of nice to work with. But now that we have our residential up and running, let's take that out, since that doesn't line up. Where's our parks? We need to move those back. Now this one won't fit anymore, but that's okay. Ooh, I misjudged there. You know what? In that case, we might as well sell or demolish these ones. Move this one a bit up to there. Let's have a quick peek. See, those ones are too big now. But I can always go for the 4x4 blocks. Where's this tram track? Or tram stop? Over there. So I might as well place one in there. There's going to be a pedestrian road through there, so might as well do something like this. Let's just move this one. Not too shabby coverage, eh? Let's pop that one over there. And now, quick pedestrian and cycle roads. I don't actually need to place in cycle roads. They will only cause confusion there. Okay, now these ones are finicky. Now let's see if I can upgrade them. There you go. Couple of trees in there as well. Can move these a bit closer. If I can. See, that one I can't. So let's just leave it like that. Now we can place in some deaf care and all that jazz. I think let's go for a big fire station right over here. Great coverage. I'm going to delete this. See, that one won't fit, but this one will. And I don't want to delete that path, so I'll do something like that. Just connect these ones for now. Power's still awesome. We're going to need a police headquarters as well. That's a small one. Looks like it. No, but they're both not really that big, eh? That'll do. No, that's a small police station. This is a fire station and a medical clinic. So I'm going to delete this huge fire and place in small ones. Yeah, something like that. That'll do. That will do. Okay, so now we have the basics in there. Let's pop in a couple recycling centers. Ooh, that's a question. Where do we... If I place this here, this roundabout will get... for now, we might as well do that. Won't get too busy. And that adds in a bit of... If I can just connect the power... Okay, that's connected now. Run that behind there. As soon as that's, let's speed this up quickly. That's connected. Now let's take a quick peek. Okay. Now this area here is a bit dodgy now, but that'll do. That'll do. That's the only problem if you get areas like this. But I can always, to aid in this, run a road underground here. That's why I might just use this bit here, underground. Connect this up and make another road. Almost parallel or connected to this. Yeah, something like that. Let's be sensible about this. Get out. Close as we want to. There's going to be loads of pollution here. So I don't really want any roads with or pathways with trees. Okay, something like that. And then can add 2 of those. Then might as well leave one of something semi-sensible, eh? To about there. They're not quite even. Quite enough to it though. Now let's take a big peek. Now that has coverage as well. No fire coverage. But I can place in this. Oh, you see, that's a problem now. That's a problem. That's a major problem. I might need to move these ones around. If I place it on this road, and you get a small area without any coverage. Let's move it over there and let's take a peek. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. For this, might see a service road here would have been awesome, and I didn't have to move this one around. Not gonna worry about that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So now we are ready to get zoning. This will be a shopping district. These two blocks will be shopping. But I won't be zoning. Oh, I won't be zoning off this road, but I will be zoning off these ones. So this will be shopping and then residential. With that in mind, I might just want to extend this road, but then again, you won't. Oh, it will connect straight up. But then it's a four-way, full crossing. Do something like that. But this will be the end of this episode. Our new district or neighborhood with a couple of nice roundabouts. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheerio.